And good Tuesday morning. Welcome to episode 43 of the Inside Drive podcast. Excited to have, I guess you could call him a regular now on the Inside Drive. That is our good friend Max Deleiden from Coastal Haven Lending. Max, how are you this morning?
Good. Great to be here. I think I average like once a month.
That's probably about right. You're getting some good exposure out there on the Inside Drive podcast. We appreciate all our sponsors, obviously. We appreciate you coming in as well. Tell us a little bit about Coastal Haven Lending while you're here with us.
Yeah, we're over out of the Beach House Sales and Development Office. We're a wholesale mortgage brokerage, and we can finance condos, single-family homes, you name it. So give us a shout, and we're happy to help you out, and we can be more competitive than some of the banks and retail lenders here.
And explain to everyone, especially people that may be watching from out of state, if you're looking to buy a condo here in Panama City Beach and along the Emerald Coast, why is it important to go with a local lender?
Well, with the high investor concentration, you can't run them on a Fannie or Freddie Mac type basis. So down here, also we can get the condo docs and approach the condo complex ourselves to get the docs if that's what it comes to. So I'm having that inside knowledge and, being able to let you know what it shows on the budget and all of those fun factors that come with associations. So,
and the reason I've asked that is because I've seen that come up so many times. And I know my wife, Beth, with Beach House Sales and Development, she always tells people, if you have a lender out of town, you're going to want to use a local lender because lo and behold, they're not going to be able to get the information to get that loan closed. And then unfortunately, that'll set you back, a couple weeks or two. So use local lenders if you're looking to buy an investment condo from out of town.
Yeah, thanks. It's like Groundhog's Day.
Yep. No
Fit in timing.
Just missed it too. What are some other myths that in lending that you'd like to debunk?
That's a great question.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I might not know myself.
I'd say a myth is that, that you need 10%, 5% down to purchase a home. Sometimes it's as low as 0 if you're buying in a rural area, 3.5% if you have, not as favorable credit. And if you're below the average median income, which is in our county, $71,000, 80% of it. So $71,440, you only have to put down 3% and you can still get a normal conventional loan.
Awesome. So you may not think you can buy a property, but lo and behold, Max and his team can help you find the perfect property, the low down payment, whatever it may be. Want to talk about some of our other sponsors, the official juice of the Inside Drive podcast. As I mentioned all the time, it's Juice and Sunsets. Most people aren't getting the vitamins and nutrients their bodies need from everyday foods alone. Busy scheduled, processed meals and depleted soils make it harder than ever to fuel our bodies properly. When your body is undernourished, it can't perform at its best. Energy drops, immunity weakens, and inflammation creeps right in. Fresh, nutrient-dense juices are simple, powerful ways to bridge that gap. They deliver essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to form in your body and can be easily absorbed, helping you feel better, think clearer, and make healthier choices one sip at a time. You can visit Juice and Sunsets over on Facebook or head over to juiceandsunsets.com. You can place your order for pickup or delivery. I will say, since I've been doing the Juice and Sunset train, my body has felt a lot better. Very important with me. I need to keep my immune system up, need to get as many nutrients going in my body as possible, and very thankful for Juice and Sunsets to be one of the great options here in Panama City Beach to get these delicious juices. Max, I know you drink the juices as well.
I know you're a big Jinx guy, so knock on wood, but I've been drinking these. I haven't had the flu or cold this cold season.
Got to knock on wood.
So I had to knock on wood prior, but yeah, I mean, it's just a good way to start your day. And you always think I need to have my fruits and vegetables for the day, but it's delicious. All you gotta do is
just drink one delicious juice.
It's a lot better than going to, another vendor like a Starbucks because they're authentically made. They're hand-pressed juices and they're genuinely delicious.
And you actually know what's on the label is what's in the juice, and that's all that's in that juice, which is pretty cool because, we're starting to I feel like the country's finally starting to figure it out how bad our food has been for us over the last, probably 50, 60 years, whatever it may be. Of course, got to give a shout out.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, and just the preservatives and different stuff.
Yes,
we can't even have deli meat anymore.
Nope. Carcinogens and all that deli meat. And I'm trying to be very organic now, but organic is much more expensive, unfortunately. But
price to pay for health.
It's all part of it, that's for sure. But I'm trying to figure out a way to write it off as a medical expense. So
okay.
we'll figure it out. I don't know if I can. I need to talk to your boy Danny.
Golf, your boy at this point too.
That's very true. Golf Plus, looking to elevate your golf game with custom fitted clubs and pro level gear. Step into Golf Plus, a golf retail and fitting destination with roots stretching all the way back to its foundation in Dothan, Alabama, back in 1988. At Golf Plus, the focus is simple. Get you fitted right using industry-leading technology like Foresight Game Changer 2 launch monitor and not just one but two simulators and advanced shaft matching systems to dial in perfect club for your swing. Whether it is a full set or a retrofit of your current clubs, Golf Plus has the technology to do that. But it's more than just clubs. Golf Plus is a full-service shop from expert grip work and lie and loft adjustments to quality repairs and a curated selection of top brands. You'll find everything you need to play your best. And now with an expanded presence down here in Panama City Beach, I know they're not open up there in Dothan anymore. You can enjoy the same premium fitting they've been doing since 1988. Their experience and apparel selection is right next to the sandy beaches here. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned player, Golf Plus delivers personalized service, cutting-edge technology, and the gear you can trust. Book your custom fittings or stop by today because the right equipment can make all the difference out on the course. They are located, as many of my sponsors are, right there in the shops at Edgewater next to Firefly. You can give them a call at 850-249-276 or book online at golfplusretail.com. I always mention now they have 2 simulator booths there at Golf Plus. So if you don't have the opportunity, if the weather's bad, you don't have a chance to get out and play golf on a big golf course, you can go play a quick round of golf over there at Golf Plus, and you can book that right there at golfplusretail.com. And I also want to give a shout out to another. It's been a sponsor for a while. I just don't give them probably as much attention as they deserve. And that is Firefly, also located in the shops of Edgewater. If you're looking for an unforgettable dining experience on Florida's Gulf Coast, welcome to Firefly in Panama City Beach, Florida, where casual elegance meets world-class cuisine. Whether you're celebrating a special night out or just want phenomenal food with a seasoned vibe, Firefly delivers. From award-winning fresh Gulf seafood and perfectly seared steaks, and to a world-class sushi bar and signature cocktails, each dish is crafted with passion and flair. Step inside and you'll find an atmosphere that's warm, welcoming, and refined, ideal for date nights, celebrations, or simply savoring an evening with friends. Whether with an ever-evolving menu and dedicated service staff, Firefly is more than just a dinner. It is an experience. Make your reservation today and taste why Firefly is one of the top dining destinations in Panama City Beach. And I believe they're in the top 50 in all of Florida as well. Visit their menu online, enjoy fresh coastal favorites, and become part of the tradition. Again, Firefly located right there in the shops of Edgewater. You can go online and book your dining experience today.
I also love that you can get takeout from Firefly. Yep. Like that's my go-to a lot of the time too, just on like Sunday convenience, sushi Sunday. But
there you go.
I mean,
sushi Sunday.
That has to be like what? I mean, that is like the ultimate perfectionist restaurant. I've never had a bad dish there.
Yeah. It's fun going, if you take people that have never been there for the first time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I look at it as like taking somebody to the Masters for the first time. If they've never been there, you're kind of reliving your first experience through their eyes, which is kind of fun.
Is that a hint that you're going to take me this year?
I wouldn't count on it. I am planning on taking Liam though, so nice. that'll be fun.
You can adopt me.
Yeah,
you're looking for tax breaks. I'll be a dependent.
You have to be under 18 to get that junior ticket.
I'll shave.
Yeah, there you go. Shave and just look young, talk young, all that stuff. But yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
It's cool. You guys do a lot of cool sports experiences.
I mean, that's one thing my dad did a good job of doing with me when I was growing up. Kind of want to return that favor, and of course, with everything going on, I want to try to get as much of that stuff in as we possibly can.
I mean, because you've been to Jordan Hare.
Yep.
Levi, right?
Never been to Levi.
Never been to Levi. You were at Raymond James, right?
Yep. Okay. We've been to Jacksonville, Atlanta, Tampa, and we've been to a couple games up there in Auburn. I think one he remembers. Want to get up to a basketball game up there for sure, but
they're so expensive now. Even with respectfully, a little less caliber this year. They're so expensive at Neville.
It's crazy.
But yeah, you're a great dad. You downplay it, but you guys do a lot.
It's fun. I mean, you got to, right? Last one is American Charlie's, our American Charlie's Athlete of the Week sponsor. They give out $50 gift cards to our Athlete of the Week. So I'm kind of falling behind a little bit. The stats have not been as readily available out there on the internet, but it's your favorite American restaurant conveniently located there in the shops at Edgewater next to Rocket Lanes and Firefly. They've got great daily specials, private rooms for parties, 15 TVs for all your sporting needs. Super Bowl coming up this weekend. We'll dive into a little bit of that later on, especially when Keith jumps on with us. They have military and first responder discounts every day. They are now on DoorDash, so like Max said, if you're looking to get a meal on the go, you can now check out American Charlie's on DoorDash. They've just added a daily happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. as well. It's located right there in the tavern, which I believe is the bar area inside American Charlie's. $4 well drinks, $2 off draft beer, $6 old fashioned, $3 Mick Ultra draft or bottle, $5 house wines, $8 shrimp fritters, $8 fry flight. I'm guessing that's a flight of different fried foods. $10 Charlie burger with fries, and $1 wings, but a minimum of 5. So you can get 10 wings for $10. You're not going to be able to find that anywhere else.
When is this?
American Charlie's Happy Hour, weekdays from 2 to 6 in the tavern right there at American Charlie's.
That's a good happy hour. $1 wings, you don't see that anywhere anymore.
No, they're probably doing that at cost, I would guess, because wings are certainly expensive nowadays. Before we dive into some conversation about what's going on in the sports world, I do want to hit on all the local stuff coming up this week, because it is that time of year where we're moving into the basketball district tournaments. Soccer regionals start this week as well. I'm going to start with the boys Class 3A tournament. Now we're in the state tournaments, which is awesome. Big shout out to the North Bay Haven Buccaneers, the boys team. They are the number 1 seed in their Region 1 in the Class A tournament. Their game is today at 6 p.m. All their home games, because they are the number 1 seed, if they continue to win, will be at Publix Sports Park. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Next tournament is the 5A tournament. That is the number 1 seed Arnold Marlins boys soccer team trying to start their, obviously the regular season was the start of their campaign, but now that they're in the single elimination state championship tournament, they're officially trying to three-peat as the state champions for the 5A class boys. They will host Booker T. Washington. In my opinion, I feel like that's a tough draw for the boys there, because Booker T. Washington has been kind of their playoff rival the last few years. So hopefully they're number 8 seed, so hopefully they can start off with a dub. That'll be on Friday at Gavilac Stadium. That'll be at 7 p.m. It'll be a little bit warmer this Friday, which would be nice. Sorry, I had to take a quick sip of water there.
You're fine. That's a lot. You're kidding.
I'm not even close to being done yet either, because we got some other local soccer teams in regional tournaments as well. On the Class 3A tournament on the girls' side, North Bay Haven Bucks as well are in that one. They where'd they go? They actually lost yesterday 3-0 to Pensacola Catholic. So Pensacola Catholic moves on to play Florida State University High School. And on the top part of Region 1, you had the number 1 seed South Walton just down the road from us. They beat Keystone Heritage 5-0, and then Bowles beat Fernandina Beach 1-0. So South Walton will play Bowles. That'll be next week on the 9th, which is next Monday in that. I guess that would be a region semifinal. And then, of course, also on the girls' side, this team's kind of near and dear to my heart. Many of the girls that are on this team this year were with us at UA last year on our 8th grade championship team, which we're actually trying to go for the three-peat as well as county championship. But the number 5 seed Mosley Dolphins, the girls' team in the 5A tournament, they will play this Thursday against Gulf Breeze. That'll be at Gulf Breeze. Mosley obviously trying to win to advance to the region semifinals. So that's all your regional soccer action. So we've got 4, if you count kind of just out of our area, multiple teams competing in the state tournaments this year. So we're excited to follow them all the way through. Hopefully we can keep winning and keep going. The boys district tournaments get underway this week. Rural Class District 4. Reason I mentioned that one, you got Port St. Joe in that, who has not lost a game yet this season. I believe they are 24-0. They're going to await the winner of Franklin and Jefferson County. They'll play the winner of that game with an opportunity to play in the semifinals to move on to the championship in the Rural Class District 4. I think in football next year they're eliminating the rural class and just pushing it all back again to 1A. They keep going back and forth every year.
How many classes are there for football in the state of Florida?
I think 6. I could be wrong. Some sports
That's crazy.
Some sports have 7.
Illinois was 8.
That's wild. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But you get into the big cities and stuff like that too.
True.
I'm
Florida,
sure.
though, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Miami and all that.
Yeah.
Let's see. The 3A District 1 boys tournament. You've got North Bay Haven and Rutherford. They'll be playing. Of course, they don't tell me what day because it's missing.
They'll be playing.
They play. I believe that's going to be today as well. Don't have a time listed on that. I'm sure you could probably find it on their social media sites. Max Prep sometimes just leaves out information. I don't know why. But North Bay Haven will take on Rutherford. Winner of that will go on to play Walton in the 3A District 1 semifinal. Again, why it's important to win your districts. If you're going to make it to the state tournament and you win your district and you are facing a lower seed in the state tournament, you actually get the home court advantage in that one because you won your district if you're playing a team that didn't win their district. On the 4A District 1, you've got several byes, including Bay getting a bye, all 4 teams getting a bye in the first round. I don't know why we just didn't start with the the semifinal game. You got Fort Walton Beach will be taking on West Florida. That'll be on the 5th, which is Thursday. And then Pensacola will be hosting Bay in the other semifinal in the 4A District 1 tournament. Winner of those two games will obviously go on to play in the championship. Going as fast as I can go here, people. I promise I just want to get through all these local schools. On the 5A District 1 boys basketball tournament, you've got Mosley has a first-round bye as the number 2 seed. We had Coach Green on the show with us last Thursday. Great episode. Really enjoyed hanging out and talking to him. He's played in Cameron Indoor Arena as a player when he was with UNC Charlotte.
That's sweet.
People don't even ever get to go there just to go watch a game, let alone play on that floor. That's a bucket list experience times like 10.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
Mosley has a bye. They'll await the winner of Arnold and Escambia, which is coming up tonight. That is at Arnold, 3 seed, number 6 seed, Escambia. Like I said, winner of that game will go on to take on Mosley. And then Booker T. Washington, the number 1 seed in the 5A District 1, has a bye. They'll await the winner of Choctawhatchee and Pine Forest. Moving right along to the 2A District 1. Wanted to include that one. It's got Rocky Bayou Christian has a bye, and then Destin and Maclay will play tonight. Actually, they had all 3 teams had a bye as well. So basically, Rocky Bayou Christian is awaiting the winner of Destin and Maclay. Over to I believe this is the girls' side of things. 3A District 1. North Bay Haven was downed last night by Walton. Walton moves on to play Freeport in the semifinals. And then South Walton beat Bozeman 61-7. Pensacola Catholic beat Rutherford 60-21. South Walton and Pensacola Catholic play in the other semifinal. Like I said, Freeport and Walton on the top side of that district bracket. 4A District 1, Fort Walton Beach, Bay, Pensacola, and West Florida all had first-round byes. Fort Walton Beach will host Bay, and the Bay is the number 4 seed. Bay trying to upset Fort Walton Beach to move to the district championship. Then Pensacola will take on West Florida. Moving on up to the 5A District 1 tournament. Mosley got ahead of Arnold last night early in that game and never looked back. I watched that one on the Florida High School Network. Mosley beat Arnold 61-33. Mosley will now play at Booker T. Washington. At Booker T. Washington, the number 1 seed. And then Choctawhatchee and Escambia played last night. Choctawhatchee won 50-19. Pine Forest will take on Choctawhatchee in the other semifinal in the 5A District 1. We'll keep you updated on the rest of these scores. Hopefully, as people get eliminated, it won't be as long-winded. But Max, again, hopefully now you know what's going on here in locally in Bay County and beyond.
Yeah, when's the quiz?
Yeah, that's the quiz next week. So you got a whole week to study. Some of the let's start with this. Just want to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about Bill Belichick getting snubbed, quote unquote, from the Hall of Fame? A lot of shock going out, but at the same time, from what I understand from reading some things, a lot of people thought that other people were going to vote for him to be in, and also the Spygate was a big one on there.
Deflategate too.
Deflategate, but then Belichick's coaching record when Brady was not on the team was certainly a lot different. So I think that kind of hurt a little bit as well. But do you think he should have been in a first ballot Hall of Famer as a coach?
Yeah, he should. I mean, I'm not up in arms about it, and I understand why some people didn't, but it's dumb. I mean, he still won that many times.
Yeah,
and
that many championships, all that good stuff.
They hate us because they ain't us. But
and now all of a sudden the Patriots are just right back there in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Vrabel's a heck of a coach.
He is.
That's like, I think you said it. Maybe someone else did too, but just like when the Titans fired Vrabel, everyone was just like, that's dumb.
Yep. And
sure enough, Patriots picked up on it. But I think he should be in. Same with Robert Kraft. I mean, obviously, great owner too. So, I mean, you can hate the Patriots as much as you want.
Everybody hates success.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And I mean, geographically, I guess you grew up closer to it. So you've probably had your fair share of interactions with Patriots fans in Boston.
Well, luckily, I was kind of out of there by 2003. So they only won a couple.
Yeah.
But one of my good friends in college was a big Patriot Boston sports fan. He's from Massachusetts, so had to hear from him all the time.
Yeah, because
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's dumb, petty stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't.
It's what makes sports good.
Exactly, and I'm sure, it's been a tough little run for the NFL here because Goodell, like the 3 bad PR things I'd say is the Pro Bowl is just like obsolete now. Like, there's news that Justin Fields turned down going to the Pro Bowl to play quarterback.
Yep.
Like, might as well shut down the event at this point. Like, Shadur's in it. Like,
And
respectfully.
It's on a Tuesday. I think it's tonight, right? On a Tuesday,
Yep.
the flag football game, which I have no issue with the flag football game.
No, it's just I like the early thousands skill stuff, like longest throw and all that.
Yeah.
Like when you actually like Peyton Manning and guys doing it.
That was more exciting for sure.
But between that, the Goodell's adding a ton more of the international games, like Australia got added, and like I think it's cool, and those guys probably feel like ambassadors, and it's probably sweet because you're there for a week or two and you get a bye after, and it's like you kind of get a trip while you're working.
Yep.
But like from a fan perspective, I don't necessarily love all of these international games. And then third, this stuff with the Hall of Fame between Kraft and Belichick, but generationally bad run for Belichick between, all the stuff with his girlfriend who's younger than me. So he's just kind of getting clowned on social media, but it's dumb. It's like what you said, they hate you when you're at the top. So it's
Absolutely.
It's like how Nick Saban has tons of haters too,
Yep.
But what do you think about it?
I mean, he's going to get in
Yeah.
at some point. So does he? And maybe people just wanted to get those other three players in. Like Roger Craig got in, so I'm perfectly cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Patrick Willis last year, I believe, and then Roger Craig
I love
this
Patrick
year.
Willis.
Yep, no doubt.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, he's going to get in. It's just, I think it's dumb, and I guess we're not in their shoes, but no one has the stones to say who didn't vote for him. Like people are saying, who was it, Bill Polian? That was spreading the rumors, and then he was like, no, it wasn't me, but someone had to have.
Yeah, I think it was 39 of the 50 votes, or he only got 39, and I think you need 44 or something like that. So obviously, and one of the points early on too, and I don't know if it's true or not, is like a lot of people probably thought everybody else was going to vote for Belichick to be in there, so they may not have voted for him to try to get one of those players in. But
shouldn't you still vote for the guy who deserves it?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep, no doubt. Real quick on a college basketball note, I didn't get a chance to mention it this past week, so I wanted to highlight it this week. Back on the weekend of January 24th, 25th, we had something that had never happened in college basketball history before. 3 first-year players scored 40 or more points on the same day. That was Keaton Wagner from Illinois.
Baller.
He scored 46 points and made some pretty crazy passes in that game as well. I might butcher this guy's name, AJ Dibansta.
Yeah.
He broke Danny Ainge's record for most points in a single game by a BYU player with 43 points. And then Kingston Flemings scored 42 points in a game for Houston against Texas Tech. First time in history, 3 freshmen or first-year players, scored 40 or more points on the same day. Cameron Boozer also contributed 32 points that same day and 9 rebounds. So big week for the freshman basketball players.
The best part about those guys is Wagler. He was like a 2 or 3 star recruit and didn't have any offers. And Brad Underwood, the Illinois coach's son, actually scouted him out, and now he's going to be a top 5 pick, which is pretty cool. I pat myself on the back.
He's balling out, that's for sure. Speaking of college basketball, some scores from this past weekend. I know Nebraska suffered their second loss to Illinois. They started 20-0 and then now have dropped their last two games, maybe to get to that magic 20 number, and then everything changes. And
I don't want to be hypothetical guy, but being hypothetical guy, they were missing their two of their top 3 scores against Michigan and almost won at Michigan. I'm always rooting for Michigan to lose, to be honest with you. So
unless you're a Michigan fan, I think that's probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
Nebraska was kind of trending to be the Indiana of college basketball this season. I mean, they're still 20-2, so nothing's really changed.
Never won a tournament game, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, and Hoiberg's kid's good.
Yep. Arizona beat Arizona State 87-74 this past weekend. These are the Saturday games. That sets a school record with their 22nd straight win to start a season. They're now 22-0. Big 12 seems to be a little on fire this year. UConn 85-58 over Creighton. They improved to 20-1, 11-0 in the Big East. Duke 72-58 over Virginia Tech. They're now 20-1, 9-0 in the SEC. The Zags 73-65 over St. Mary's. They're now 22-1, 10-0 in the Western Coastal Collegiate Conference.
What do you think about that? Like Gonzaga's, one time they played a top 5 team, they got blown off the gym, and then they play all these teams. I feel like it's like a recurring cycle.
Yeah.
But
they need to probably think about maybe getting in a different conference. Maybe, I don't know how that would work.
Since they don't have a football team, right?
Yeah, that's tough when you don't have football, especially for revenue.
The most Western team joins the Big East.
Yeah. I mean, with everything that happens nowadays, shocking.
Yeah.
Houston, number 10, beat Cincinnati 76-54. UCF upset number 11, Texas Tech, 88-80. That's Texas Tech's 5th loss of the year. Houston is now 9-2, 7-1 in the Big 12. Kansas, I guess you could say it's an upset over BYU. BYU is ranked one position higher, but record not as good as Kansas. Kansas now 16-5, 6-2 in the Big 12 with a 90-82 win over number 13 BYU. Kentucky, former Coach Cal's former team, gets the win out there in Arkansas, 85-77. North Carolina beats Georgia Tech 91-75. Virginia 73-66 over Boston College. Vandy takes down Ole Miss by 3, 71-68. 88-74 Louisville over SMU. Clemson, who's 22nd in the country, beat Pittsburgh 63-52. Miami of Ohio 85-61 over NIU, Northern Illinois University. And then we did have a couple good games from the Sunday slate as well. I believe the first game was the butt whooping of Florida over Alabama, 100-77. I don't want to see a Florida team get hot. We know what happened last year when Florida got hot. They went on to win a national championship. Number 12, Purdue beat Maryland 93-63. Iowa State beat Kansas State 95-61. And then Illinois with a big upset over, I already mentioned that, over number 5, Nebraska, who was 20-2. Illinois improves to 19-3, 10-1 in the Big Ten. All this is trending towards end of this month. We're moving there into March. We got some March Madness coming up. I think kind of like football, it's kind of shaping to be a more wide open tournament than probably we've seen in a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. So it should be a great tournament, not only the conference championships, but the NCAA March Madness, which is hard to believe it's really only a month and a couple weeks away. So looking forward to getting that. We'll keep you updated as we continue through all that stuff. I know we do need to get Keith Fleming on the line here shortly. What do you think about obviously the G League situation with Bediako?
Yeah, lame. So lame.
And I don't think he's the only one. I don't have it in front of me.
No, there's that guy in Louisville too, I think. It's like set such a bad precedent. And I love that Florida fans were calling him G League dropout.
While he was shooting free throws.
There's been some good, I like that there's been some good chirps because I feel like I know when I was at IU too, sometimes like security and stuff was instructed not to let us cheer stuff.
Yeah.
And now, calling Darren Peterson a word that starts with the letter P because he always is load managing. That was pretty funny of the crowd. And then Bediako being a G League dropout, and Todd Golden and Nate Oates hate each other. So
yeah,
Nate Oates.
And they were kind of chirping a little bit before the game too.
I'm not a Bama. I don't have that Southern hate towards Bama. Did we own them in the playoff? Yes, by 35. With letting up, but Nate Oates
by 23 in basketball.
I'm gonna go as far to say Nate Oates is an insufferable prick. The stuff he says, he is so I don't know. He's so callous, and he's always smug when he's winning, and then as soon as stuff hits the fan for him, he is the chirpiest guy in the room. Remember when he was chirping Coach K during COVID, and then chirping Golden about how their guys spend 10 seconds in the paint. And then Golden was like, yeah, we scored 72 points in the paint. Guys were only in the paint for 1 or 2 seconds, though.
Yep. Was it 72 points in the paint?
I think it was 72 or 76.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Yep, something up or in the 70s.
I was trying to undershoot in case.
Yeah, but always undershoot versus overshoot. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break here in a second, get Keith Fleming on the line. But before that, I want to tell you about Panhandle Credit Union. They are all about quality relationships, whether it's donating to a community event, sponsoring your child's sports team, that they are here in the community to help us out. Check out their great banking products, loans, savings and checking accounts, mortgages, whatever your banking needs are, Panhandle Credit Union can handle it. Visit any branch location or head on over to panhandlecu.org. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, Keith Fleming will be on the line with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back, episode 43 of the Inside Drive podcast. As every Tuesday, of course, we got Max Deleiden in studio with us, hanging out, talking a little bit of sports. But every Tuesday, as we get back from our second half of the show, we're always joined by my good friend, DFS expert, Super Bowl expert, golf expert in most things when it comes to gambling, Keith Fleming. Keith, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. That's a lot of experts.
It's all well-deserved.
I don't know if I'm an expert in all those things, but the DFS part, I feel confident.
Yeah, absolutely. DFS indeed. And that's why I always try to write down what you say. And there's no shame in copying people's lineups, especially if they're winning lineups, that's for sure. But here we are, Super Bowl week, Super Bowl 60 coming up. A lot of big storylines going into this one. But Keith, let's talk a little bit about one of your favorite things about the Super Bowl, and I believe that is the prop bet situation.
Yeah, I mean, a little disappointing if you're a DFS guy like I am that there is not. It's difficult, right? Because you're just doing, showdown
Yep.
captains modes where, especially for something like the Super Bowl, most of the fields, if you're not hitting the captain pick correctly, you're going to have a really difficult time, basically cashing or doing really well, I should say. But I do love prop bets. I think that this is an extension of what I do in DFS because a lot of the research and stuff correlate in these areas. Let's start with the MVP of the Super Bowl. I think that if Seattle wins, a lot of people say it's a QB award, and I understand that, but I just have a feeling that JSN is going to have a monster game if Seattle does go on to win, because New England is, I think, without question, the toughest run defense in the league. When they have Milton Williams, who he returned, he missed basically 5 games, kind of near the end of the season. And in those games, New England was just ran all over. If you look at the games that he played in, which was the previous 10, and then now the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and obviously the playoffs, it's impossible to run on them. So I know Kenneth Walker, a lot of people are, hyping him up. I think he's going to have a hard time running. I think that Seattle is going to need to throw the ball, and JSN is just the best wide receiver I think you can maybe say in football now. I'm still a big Puka guy, but just with what JSN's doing, he's plus 550. That feels like really good odds in my opinion. So I think that that's a good one to look at. Getting Drake May at plus 240 on New England. Again, it is basically a quarterback award. It's very rare for a non-quarterback to win the MVP of this game. And I just don't see an avenue where New England wins this game that Drake May is probably not the guy, because Seattle also has one of the best run defenses in the NFL. You look, Drake May has been using his legs obviously a lot this season, particularly in the postseason, as it's became must win week in and week out. And then the other thing is Seattle's defense is very good versus the pass, but they do give up big plays because they play a lot of like two shell, safety looks where basically your traditional cover two, where they, split those two safeties. And that does typically give up the potential for big plays. Drake May has been excellent that all season. Obviously concerned about the shoulder issue with him, but we had the same concerns about Sam Darnold's oblique. That didn't seem to be a factor in the two playoff games for Seattle. Then there's some obviously traditional props. If
I'm glad
May's
you stuck with
shoulder
your traditional ones, because I'm going to quiz Jay on Thursday about all the crazy props.
I'll have to check that out. If you're saying that May's shoulder is banged up, that may mean less throws down the field. Seattle gets a consistent pass rush, which that's been a real issue for New England this postseason, as May has been getting sacked a lot. He's also obviously fumbled the ball quite a bit in those situations. So I see somebody like Pop Douglas, where just 25 plus receiving yards is almost 3-1. It's plus 289. I could see him being more involved, especially if May has to get rid of the ball quickly. One of the New England running backs, Trevion Henderson, who has been an absolute non-factor. Don't get me wrong. Ramondre Stevenson has turned into their bell cow over the postseason. But, and it's a big but, and that's why I love stats, again, Seattle runs the highest two-high split safety defense in the league. It's the highest rate. It's over 50% of the time. Henderson this season versus that two-high split safety look, 68 carries, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. His 5.5 yards per carry versus that, highest in the NFL of all running backs with at least 20 attempts versus it. And you can get him at 40-plus rushing yards for plus 385, 50-plus rushing yards at plus 680. And the nice thing about these, and you could do one of the ladders if you like and just kind of take it all the way up, but is Henderson is known for busting big runs, right? Yep. Like he could get the 40 or 50 yards on literally one carry.
Yeah.
So I think that actually has a decent chance in New England. I think they're going to use him more in this game because they're going to need explosive plays. It's something I think you're going to need to be able to just beat the Seattle defense, which top to bottom is much better than New England's. A stat that I saw the other day, and I still am dumbfounded. Underdogs have been extremely successful in the Super Bowl going back to 2004. They're 15-7 against the spread since 2004. That includes the last 5 underdogs have all covered. And then one bonus prop that is, what we're about to talk about, golf and the Super Bowl, is I do like taking the Patriots straight up plus 195 and parlay that with Scottie Scheffler to win the Phoenix Open at plus 275. You can do the same if you like Seattle to win the game. Obviously, the odds would not be as good, but you're getting like plus 650 by doing the Scheffler to
fantastic.
Win and Patriots straight up, and that could turn into a very big, Sunday for you.
Yep, that'd be exciting stuff, that's for sure. And the Olympics get kicked off here. I think the events actually start the next day or so. But yeah, Waste Management Phoenix Open, known as the party event of the PGA Tour. I know the last couple of years they've done some things to try to calm it down just a little bit. But let's talk about that. Scottie Scheffler playing in it again. Does that mean it's Scottie Scheffler or bust one more time?
Oh, yeah. This is the, be-all, end-all Scottie Scheffler golf course. I think some people will look back to his 25th place finish there last season. Don't forget that was only, I believe, his second start after, he cut his hand cooking in the off season. And he started out, especially for him, really rusty. But again, he still finished 25th, I'd like to add.
Yep.
Before that, he finished third, first, and 7th in this event. And that really is before Scheffler arrived. It was actually that third place finish in 2024 was about the time that this unbelievable run that he's been on now for going on almost 2 years started. I mean, just everything about this course. You want to be able to play par fours really well. He's first on tour in par four scoring last year. You want to be able to play par fives, which is essential. You play the 3 par fives well. He's second in par five scoring. You look at the important numbers on approaches. It's from 150 to 200 yards on approach. He was second last season from 150 to 175, 11th from 175 to 200, and 6th on approaches of 200 plus yards. It's a tournament that you see a ton of birdies. He was second in birdie or better percentage last year. And you need to be able to scramble and avoid bogeys. He was third in scrambling last year and first in bogey avoidance. I mean, this is a tailor-made Scottie Scheffler course. And yes, I know you could make an argument that all courses are tailor-made for Scottie Scheffler, but this one in particular, and he's already won it multiple times. I think we're going to see he's going to be a guy like Tiger, that these courses he's going to rack up wins at the way Tiger did. And I think this venue is as, close to a lock as any of them. I could see him winning 5-6 times before his career's over.
Yep, absolutely. I was looking at Hard Rock earlier today and saw that Scottie Scheffler was plus 225 to win this one, all the way down to 2-1. But now you're starting to see that without Scottie Scheffler, even on Hard Rock, and I believe Xander is 16-1 when it comes to that, followed by Sam Burns, who's plus 1750. So Xander would still have to win the tournament, right? Even if you bet that one without Scottie Scheffler, if Scottie,
correct, yeah, you're basically just playing the tournament without Scheffler. Yep. So if he wins it, it doesn't matter, right? Like if the guy would finish, Xander could finish second in the tournament, but only if Scheffler ended up winning it, right? Would basically be the way that would happen.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to figure that, like, if Scottie wins the tournament and you bet him without it, is Xander finish second and you still win?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So you're not betting for Xander to essentially win. You're just betting for him to finish second if Scottie Scheffler does go on to win that tournament.
Correct. You're not penalized if Scheffler, wins the thing, which, again, seems to be more and more likely every time we tee it up.
Absolutely.
I believe he's now won 10 of his last, 17 events.
Which is just unfathomable in the golf world.
Especially now.
Yep.
He's a freak, man. It's unbelievable. It's boring for a lot of people. I love it because I love greatness and watching it, but I understand where people, this could end up being an issue. But I do think with all these young guys coming on tour, he's going to start getting really pushed by some of these guys. If Bryson comes back, obviously that will help. Maybe Koepka, right?
Yep.
Pushes him some with his return.
Made the cut last week.
And there's just so many young guys, though, on the tour right now with big talent. And I don't think, just kind of like with the Tiger deal, right? Like, they're not afraid of anybody because they grew up watching Tiger dominate, and that's what they expect, to do themselves.
Yep, absolutely.
I like rejuvenated Brooks, too.
Oh, yeah. He did you hear his quote about what was his favorite part of being out there? And he said putting without I forgot what band he said, but so and so music playing in the background, which that gave me a chuckle. I'm not gonna lie.
Taking shots already at the live.
Oh yeah.
I saw. I don't know if you guys had already seen this too, but I saw. It said leaked, but I assume it was already well on the webs. But of Rory mocking Cantlay at the Ryder Cup.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you see him doing like the shake and waggle and stuff, like looking at the crowd like this guy's an idiot?
Well, you saw Augusta has already sent out they're going to be very harsh on slow play for this year's Augusta, where they're going to dog strokes. Like they've, really made it imperative the players understand they are not going to allow slow play, which is great. Augusta has an ability because they kind of get to play by their own rules. Yep. They can do standards like this, and then it makes it easier for the PGA Tour to adapt those, right? Because they can just say, well, look, it's worked at the biggest tournament in the world. Why wouldn't it work here? And it does feel like that guys like Patrick Cantlay, they're, they're putting him on the clock in January, basically, by that
I like it.
statement
set the precedent. That's
why
when you penalize them, it's not out of nowhere.
Right, exactly.
Because playing 5-hour rounds of golf as a twosome is just absolutely unnecessary.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get the golf course is hard, but you guys are the best in the world, so play faster golf. I like that. I didn't hear that. I'm glad to see that coming. That's good stuff. All right, Keith, before we let you go, give me a score prediction for the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday.
Ooh.
Putting you on the spot, I know.
I actually like the over. I'm surprised that we have such a low line. If you really look at it, outside of that Rams-Patriots Super Bowl, which, of course, that would be the one Super Bowl I went to in person, most of these games have been really high scoring. I just think weird stuff happens. The rust, especially for defenses, I think sometimes can actually work against them. So I'm going to go New England 26, Seattle 24. And they went on a game-winning field goal late.
Gotcha. Patriots get their what? 7th championship, 8th championship, something like 7th.
It would be their 7th, right?
Right?
Because Brady has 7, but 6 of them were with New England.
He had the one with Tampa. Absolutely.
They didn't win in '85. I can tell you that.
Yeah. There you go.
The Bears.
Well, Keith, we appreciate your time as always, and I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend and maybe enjoy Scottie Scheffler getting another victory there on the PGA Tour.
Absolutely. I will say real quick, if you're going to bet Hard Rock, because I know it's without a winner, Siwoo Kim is playing unbelievable golf right now. He's had a good record at this event. He's finished 26 or better his last 4 starts. He already has 2 top 10s this season on the PGA Tour, and his numbers in all those categories have been just absurd. He's 4th in strokes gained approach, really good off the tee, which is not something he's known for, 8th in par 4 scoring, and he's top 30 across the board on that 150 to 200 yard number on approaches, which that's where most of them are to come from this week. Siwoo Kim should be in your DFS lineups and somebody to consider for a prop bet for sure. I like his chances this week.
Yeah, with Scottie in there, he's plus 2250. Without him in there, he's plus 1750. So some good odds there for old Siwoo. And Keith, that's why we love you. And we appreciate that little tip there. And again, I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too, boys. Take care, man.
All right. See you,
Bye,
Keith. Bye. Did you hear something in the background too?
Yeah. I was texting, it's like the reverb or something. And then door slams, and then it sounded like in the Peanuts when the adults are talking.
Yep, like the But I had my phone on Do Not Disturb too, just to be safe, because I've had that happen before. Real quick before we do a little gift exchange thing here.
Yeah. It's like Christmas.
Who do you think has the edge in each position group? So,
oh yeah, I like this question. I put in my notes. Let me pull it up.
Quarterback.
This is a tough one because he hasn't played well in the playoffs, and he's had that. I love the nicknames that they call him the schedule. Drake May.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean very slightly Patriots just with the oblique stuff with Darnold.
Gotcha.
I think, but he's been playing well, so it's hard to go against him with JSN in the offense. What about you?
I mean, I think it's a tough one too, and we're kind of on the Darnold redemption tour, you could call it. Obviously, went to the Jets, had kind of a tough early on career, bounces around to a few different places, and then obviously goes with Kyle Shanahan, and then goes to Minnesota and gets all the way basically to the end of the season, and then everybody, you got a GM fired, I guess you could say. And now he's having a great next year with a potentially a Super Bowl in his lap. I'm going to give it to Sam Darnold just because, yeah, he's struggled in the playoffs a few times, but I think the offensive line that they have is just unbelievable. So I think Seattle's defense is going to get to Drake Mays a little bit more. Not that Drake Mays worse than Sam Darnold, but I'm going to give it to Sam Darnold in this one.
The Pats' D-line has been pretty nasty, though, in the playoffs. Got to give it to him.
Yep.
But, yeah, I agree. I think it's I'm fine either way on that.
Yeah, they could certainly go either way. All right, next, running back.
Seahawks. How about you?
Absolutely.
That two-headed monster there.
But is Walker Charbonnet still out, though?
Oh, you're right. You know what one of the biggest bets is right now for props is under 4.5 carries, Travion Henderson. I saw that's one of the most popular lines.
Yikes. But I mean, on those 4 carries, he could go for 90 yards. Because Keith's right, the Seattle plays that too high safety, and they drop their other backs into that shell. It's like a little crescent moon in the back to eliminate the deep plays and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who to give it to the edge in this one. If Zach Charbonnet didn't tear his ACL a couple weeks ago,
that's right. I totally forgot about that.
I would certainly give it to the Seahawks for sure. But I mean, Stevenson, has had a good couple years now, or decent couple years now. But Travion Henderson's got that explosive. I'm gonna still give it to the Seahawks because Kenneth Walker is just a stud running back, play in and play out. I don't think he's gonna take a lot of plays.
Don't sleep on their third string, Velus Jones.
Yeah, Velus Jones. He played well in the NFC Championship.
He's been such a pill online. He keeps chirping Bears fans. We're like, dude, you were the worst player ever. We gave you so many chances.
Oh, because he was on the Bears?
Yeah, he was like one of Ryan Pohl's first picks and just sucked the whole time. His highlight reel is just fumbling, kick returns, punt returns.
I guess that's
we moved him from wide receiver to running back, still stunk.
Gotcha.
We tried to Cordarrelle him, whatever.
Now he's with the Seattle Seahawks getting some carries because of Charbonnet's ACL tear.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, I think we can probably both agree on this one.
Yeah, I think this is one of the two that I had as like a wide margin.
Yep.
Got to go with the Seahawks.
I mean, JSN's just a step above everybody else, it seems like, in this game. Tight end group.
I went with the Patriots here.
I agree. Got some Hunter Henry, a couple of the other guys, pretty good. Offensive line.
I put negligible. I'm going to lean Seahawks, but I don't think either one is a huge advantage. I think it's just scheme related. What about you?
Yep. I'd give the edge to the Seahawks for sure. And then what about the defensive line? Seahawks defensive line has been nasty all year. Now I know the Patriots are kind of playing well on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, just the personnel that these guys have. I think I'd give it to the linebackers to the Seahawks as well. Probably the entire defense to the Seahawks as well.
Yeah, I think cornerbacks I'm a little on, but yeah, I mean, like, I think the Seahawks D-line puts it over the edge for me. Just like the fits they were given, like smart minds like Shanahan and McVay too. Like, you got to give it to them. And then I think I don't know if you had special teams on there, but that was my other one that I marked as Seahawks as like a big advantage. I think they have a great special teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shahid.
Yep. Rejuvenated his career. He came over from the Saints, right?
Yeah, I read some like nerdy article that he's totally like re-engineered how they do first touchdown bets, because if you have a good returner, so many people like to put Rashid Shaheed and other like good playmaking returners. Absolutely.
But before we go, I know you got something here. I don't know if you got me a knife to open it with or not. But
I didn't.
This is not because you got this, but that's something I wanted to give you now that you're such a frequent guest here on the Inside Drive podcast.
I got a haircut before this, otherwise I'd put it on right now. I don't want there to be all the hair in there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm wearing this on next time.
There you go. There you go. Nothing like wearing a face of me around there.
Yes. I gotta wear it in the office and say he's always watching.
Yep, there you go. That's like when I wear my shirt of it.
I got this in honor of the Miracle documentary.
That's awesome. Did you watch it?
Not yet. I haven't.
Thank you for this. That's spectacular.
No problem. I don't know how the quality is. Let me know.
That's right. My jerseys that I get for the Niners always come from China. So.
That's better than Fanatics now. They're getting roasted online.
Fanatics' quality has gone downhill.
Did you see their apology too? They said, due to both teams missing the playoffs last year and not being expected to make the Super Bowl, they couldn't prepare for this. So that's why the jersey quality is not up to par.
So they didn't even put out crappy jerseys because they didn't expect the teams to make the Super Bowl.
Someone was like, dude, Walmart wouldn't accept these. How is this an apology for $180 jerseys?
Yeah, because they're charging that full price stuff. I mean,
with the Super Bowl logo?
Yeah, like jerseyshop.com. I mean, it comes from overseas, but it's like $40 and you get... Their actual quality actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
so.
They're just getting flamed online. It's Michael Rubin was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
It is a huge monopoly, especially in the card world, for sure.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be allowed to do that. But it is what it is. So, Max, appreciate your time today. Appreciate that. Can't wait to crack that open. Olympics opening ceremonies Friday night. I believe some of the events actually start tomorrow because they always try to get some of the events going before the actual opening ceremonies. And then, of course, looking forward to watching USA Hockey hopefully be able to compete with Canada.
I'm so excited now that NHL guys are back.
Yep.
It just fires me up. That's what I'm most excited for. Like, the Winter Olympics has some good stuff. I think summer might take the cake for me on a lot of events, but hockey is the best.
It is. Did you watch the doc on Netflix?
No, I haven't yet. I'm probably going to this week. So rough weekend with the baby. He didn't really have more than like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, the life of the parenthood, that's for sure. But yeah, it's spectacular.
Good.
I made Liam watch it with me because he needs to understand the history of, what that was one of the most historic sports moments in the history of time.
Did you like it?
He did.
Good.
He did. He was like, why aren't they fighting and stuff like that? I was like, bro, they are, but it's politically.
It's higher powers.
But it's really cool because you got to see a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff because they had so much video from when it was actually happening, which is really cool.
That's really cool.
Anybody out there looking for a great sports doc and is kind of a fan of hockey or the Olympics or your country in general, I believe it's called Miracle, The Boys of 80. Absolutely fantastic documentary out there now on Netflix. We appreciate y'all's time. Appreciate our sponsors. Max, appreciate you coming in again. We'll be back on Thursday with Jay Henley and a little bit of Coach Jonah Hammond. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. Good luck to the UA boys and girls. The boys basketball team, they are playing at Merritt Brown. And, of course, good luck to the girls soccer team. We are playing at Jinx. Both teams will be back home on Thursday. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you on Thursday.